What's going on, everyone? Hope everyone's doing well. Thursday, we'll do a little reading here, and then there'll be a chance if you want to take the quiz number 11 with those words on the board, and we'll watch a little bit of Moon Knight because of the email I received on Tuesday. How about that? 2 more days till vacation. We can do this. And I hope today you like what's going on. Again, Rowan, probably my favorite, just like with Black Widow. The main character, Black Widow, wasn't my favorite in that movie. I don't know about you if you've seen it, but it was the other. It was I can't remember her name now, but the sister was my favorite. Something. Her last name is Pugh, by the way, Pugh. Pugh. I can't remember her name. Anyways, I'm sure somebody knows. All right, let's do this. We got after. Hang on. Remember last thing we read? Hopefully we said it in class. The pillow. The phone was vibrating under her pillow, and it's Rowan and Jules sitting in the same room. I think Rowan's gone to her bed to go to sleep, but Jules is getting a call from Sawyer. Chapter 22. Hey, Sawyer says, his voice a husky whisper that slides down my spine. Sorry it's so late. Did I wake you? No, Rowan and I were just talking. Hi from me. I look up and see Rowan propped up on one elbow in the dim light. He says hi. She grins and then falls back on her bed and puts her pillow over her face and says, muffled, go ahead, do your oogie talk. I can't hear you. So I think that was kind of funny that Rowan doesn't have to pretend to be asleep anymore. She could just she's just watching them as they're talking. That's not the last. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to say too much. I breathe out a laugh and put my mouth against the phone again. Rowan knows, I say. He hesitates. Okay. She was on to us for a while. Don't worry, she's good with it. And she just discovered something big for us. Oh, well, in that case, cool. What? If this thing happens early next week or anytime next week, it won't happen at a public school because we're all on spring break at the same time. He's silent. And for a minute, I think I lost the connection. And then, oh, damn. How did we not think of that? Fresh ears and eyes are good, I say, remembering. And don't worry about her. She keeps more secrets than a tomb. I'm not worried, he says. And his voice totally has me convinced that he's got this whole thing under control, but I know better. So that leaves private schools? Yeah, excuse me, he asks. That seems to be the logical conclusion, though I imagine some of them have the same spring break as us. How many private schools are there? Top of the next column. I'm not sure, but instead of wasting time in the morning going to check out 2 public schools you were planning to look at, maybe we 3 can meet somewhere to do research for, Rowan says, still muffled. I thought you couldn't hear me. I whisper. What? Sawyer says. Nothing. I mean, Rowan wants to help if it's cool with you. Hell yes. I'll take all the help I can get. Meet me at the coffee shop, North and 25th. 5:30? Sure. I turn to Rowan. You're in. We're leaving here at 5:15 in the morning. Don't be late. She lifts her arm from the blankets and gives me a thumbs up. I turn away from her and face my wall. We're going to have to figure this out, I say softer. He's quiet. I picture him in his bed nodding. Jules? He whispers. Yeah? Thank you. I smile. Sure. Jules? Yeah? Top of the next column. Okay. It doesn't get too bad here, but there's one thing that maybe, excuse me, and every time I'm recording these, it's usually these are the first words I say to anyone out loud, so that's why it's like allergy season. It's not good for my voice. But sometimes when you're reading these, it's like what not to do in a relationship. I don't know. It gets a little, what would you call it, sappy maybe? It gets a little, I don't know. Let you be the judge, but I don't know if I would do this. The next one here. Excuse me. I wish you were here with me so I could hold you. I mean, that's not so bad. My eyes close and a wave of longing rises through me. I remember middle school and my Sawyer pillow. Hold your pillow. Pretend it's me. I'm here, right here with you. Oh, I don't know about that, though. I hear a muffled sound like he's actually doing what I suggested, which almost brings tears to my eyes. Because what guy does that? Yeah, good question. What guy does that? Jules, he says one more time. Yeah, I say again. He's quiet for a long time. And then he says, I'm really very insanely much in love with you. Ooh, he said insane. And I can't speak because this big ball of tears and air is blocking my words. And finally, I sniffle and I manage to squeak out, that is the best thing anybody has ever said to me, ever. And I am insanely, really, very much in love with you too. We sit on the phone all quiet for a minute. And then from below Rowan's pillow, a snicker. I freeze and she snorts. I twist around. Oh my God, Rowan, shut up. I hate you. I grab my pillow and chuck it at her head, top of the next column. But her bed doesn't stop shaking until after Sawyer and I hang up. So, of course, why is she shaking the bed? Anybody have any ideas? We'll pause it there for a second. I'm sure you know, right? She's laughing so much. I mean, come on. Because what is going on between Sawyer and Jules is pretty laughable. Hey, pretend your pillow is me. See, I like Rowan. She's doing what we're all doing. Is like laughing. Come on, guys. All right. In the morning, I stumble out of bed at 4:30 and kick Rowan in the butt to wake her up. Trey is just emerging from the steamy bathroom when I get there, and he looks up at me with surprise. What's up? He whispers. You going with us? I tell him Rowan's discovery and our latest plan. He gets out of my way so I can take a quick shower. 48 minutes later, we three are headed out into the darkness. So when I first read that, like 48 minutes for 3 people to take showers, it's not so bad, but I forgot. Like Trey already took his shower. So it's 48 minutes for 2 of the siblings. That's not horrible, right? It's not horrible. I thought they were doing 15 minutes each, but it's more like a little more like 20 something minutes each with the 2 showers. All right, hang on. I didn't want to do that. I want to do this right somewhere at the top. All right. When we get to the coffee shop right there, Sawyer's got a table staked out and is leaning over his laptop. We join him. I look at Rowan. Spinach and feta wrap and a tall coffee. Blacker than black, I say. Rowan nods. Primly turns to Sawyer. May I take your order? He gets a cute, puzzled grin on his face. Iced coffee and a sausage and egg sandwich. He reaches for his wallet. Rowan puts her hand out to stop him. That won't be necessary, she says. She looks at Trey. Well, what would you like? Top of the next column. Her tone is annoyed. What's going on? Trey asks. Rowan looks at me. I shrug. Tell him. She clears her throat, clearly not wanting to tell. I'm buying everyone breakfast today on account of how I disrespected Jules' love. So I guess because of the laughing last night, they made a deal. Sawyer chokes and Trey laughs out loud. I see. Well, in that case, I'll have a hot vanilla chai tea, yogurt, and granola with whipped cream on everything and a brownie. And okay, I guess that's enough. Rowan gives me a condescending sneer, and I respond with my superior smile. She goes up to the counter. Sawyer recovers and starts typing again. I pull my chair closer so I can see, and Trey looks around on the other side of him. There's a ton of private schools, he says under his breath. The oldest schools might be mostly Catholic around old Chicago, I say. Here's one, St. Patrick, over 150 years old, Trey says. Sawyer pulls up the map and zooms in until he has a street view. Nope, building's wrong. He looks up at me. You know, you might be onto something. Next column. The scene of the building in the vision has a tall section, reminding me of a church. He digs further, and Trey and I keep track of the schools he rules out. Then he finds a list of private schools by neighborhood, all within the city limits. There are dozens of them. It's frustrating. We need a better computer at home. I say, this is crazy. I think we're the only kids in the entire city who don't have laptops. I drum my fingers on the table. Sawyer gently places his hand over mine, stilling my fingers, but his eyes never leave the screen, and his other hand moves swiftly around the keyboard. We can go to school at 7 when the doors open and try. He shakes his head. Oh, that's right. We're not breathing, typing, or speaking a word of this there. Rowan finally comes back with a tray of food, then retraces her steps and returns with the coffees. She joins us as we work and eat and sits quietly, respecting our love, listening as we talk through the various options and why they don't fit the puzzle in front of us. When top of the next column, when 7 o'clock rolls around and it's time to head over to school, we have nothing. Nobody talks as the four of us walk into school, dejected, shoulder to dejected shoulder. Trey, Rowan, me, Sawyer. As we reach the freshman hallway, Rowan peels away from our sad little group, but not before shoving a folded note into my hand. Okay, that's not good. Folded note. I thought they weren't going to be sending notes of any kind, but we'll see. It's not about the vision. It's about something else, but that something else might get us closer to figuring out what the whole vision thing is. All right, boom. Here we go. One little paragraph left. Second hour, she says, and then frowns. Put some makeup on. Something fresh or something. Geesh. All right, that's the last part right there. Any ideas on what that means? I think we've read enough. Like, I think you'd have to have been here the day before, but I think we know what's going on there. Hopefully somebody does. All right, that's going to be it for today.